There is a secret sitting right in the middle of every celebrity red carpet interview, and it has nothing to do with what they are actually saying. Ask any A-list star how they get that impossibly luminous, poreless, almost wet-looking skin, and the answer is always the same: sleep, water, sunscreen, and a good diet. And while none of that is technically wrong, none of it is the full picture either, because the real methods are happening behind closed doors, inside private clinics, and through product combinations that most people have never even heard of. Today, that changes. So what is glass skin actually referring to? The term comes from Korean beauty culture and describes skin that looks so smooth, clear, and reflective that it almost resembles a pane of glass. No texture, no pores. A kind of lit from within glow that no filter can fully replicate. It sounds like it might be a makeup trick, and sometimes it is, but the celebrities who are consistently showing up this way at every single event, in every paparazzi photo, even in candid shots with no makeup at all, those people are doing something far more deliberate. Here is where it gets interesting. Dermatologists who work with high-profile clients have started speaking more openly about the treatments being used at the top level. And the gap between what celebrities say in interviews and what they are actually doing in clinical settings is genuinely shocking. The first thing to understand is that glass skin is not a single treatment. It is a stack. Think of it like building a wall. One brick does nothing, but assemble the right combination, layered in the right order, and suddenly you have something structural. Celebrities working with elite dermatologists are receiving customized treatment protocols that combine multiple modalities at once, and they are doing it on a maintenance schedule that the average person simply does not know exists. One of the most widely used clinical treatments right now is a form of skin resurfacing that uses energy-based devices to stimulate collagen production deep within the skin, while simultaneously addressing surface-level texture and pigmentation. Radiofrequency microneedling has become the backbone of many high-end skin protocols because it works on multiple layers of the skin at once. It triggers the body's own healing response, which produces new collagen over weeks following the treatment. The results are not instant, which is exactly why celebrities do not talk about it. There is no dramatic before and after moment. The skin just slowly becomes better, and then people on the internet start asking what their secret is. But that is only one layer of the stack. Running parallel to energy-based treatments is an aggressive approach to skin hydration that goes well beyond drinking water. Polynucleotide injections, which are derived from purified DNA fragments, have become one of the most talked about treatments in high-end aesthetic medicine. They work by stimulating fibroblast activity in the skin, which improves elasticity, plumpness, and overall skin quality at a cellular level. The results take time, but the skin transformation they produce is the kind of thing that reads as genetic on camera. Then there is the skincare side, and this is where the gap between celebrity advice and celebrity reality becomes almost comical. While stars are publicly recommending basic moisturizers and SPF, their actual routines often involve pharmaceutical-grade actives that are either prescription-only or formulated specifically for them by compounding pharmacies. Tretinoin remains one of the most evidence-backed topical ingredients for improving skin texture, reducing fine lines, and increasing cell turnover. Many dermatologists consider it the gold standard of topical skincare, but it requires a prescription, causes significant irritation during adjustment, and takes months to produce results, which makes it nearly impossible to casually mention in a 3-minute magazine interview. Layered on top of prescription actives is a category of skincare that has exploded in clinical relevance recently: growth factors. These are proteins that signal the skin to repair itself, and they are showing up in both professional treatments and high-concentration topical serums. The research around growth factors for skin rejuvenation is genuinely compelling, and they are now a staple in the kind of skincare regimens being built by celebrity-level dermatologists. Here is where the psychology of all this becomes really important to pay attention to. Celebrities are not lying when they talk about sleep and water. Those things genuinely matter, and the science supports them. But the reason those answers persist in interviews is not just humility or privacy. It is image management. The idea that flawless skin is effortless and natural is aspirational in a specific way that treatments and prescriptions are not. Admitting to a clinical protocol makes the result feel purchasable and achievable, which paradoxically makes it less desirable as an ideal. What is fascinating is that the beauty industry has actually started to close this gap from the consumer side. Treatments that were once only available in high-end clinics are becoming more accessible. LED light therapy, once only found in professional settings, is now being used in at-home devices with genuine clinical backing behind certain wavelengths. Microcurrent technology, which tightens facial muscles and improves circulation, has moved from esthetician treatment rooms into consumer devices with real research supporting regular use. The tools have changed. The barrier to entry is lower than it has ever been. But tools are only one part of the equation. One of the most overlooked elements of celebrity-level skin is what is happening nutritionally, and it goes well beyond generic advice about eating vegetables. There is growing clinical interest in the relationship between the gut microbiome and skin health, sometimes called the gut-skin axis. Dermatologists working at the cutting edge are incorporating gut health assessments and targeted supplementation into comprehensive skin protocols, because the research increasingly suggests that chronic skin issues, including uneven tone and texture, have a strong inflammatory and microbiome component. Some celebrities are working with functional medicine practitioners alongside their dermatologists for exactly this reason. Collagen peptide supplementation has also moved from trend territory into evidence-backed territory. Multiple randomized controlled trials now support the idea that hydrolyzed collagen taken orally can improve skin elasticity and hydration over consistent use. This is not a miracle cure, but when it is part of a broader protocol that also includes clinical treatments and prescription topicals, it contributes to an overall effect that is hard to attribute to any single thing. Which is, again, exactly the point. The reason glass skin looks so unattainable is because most people are trying to replicate the result of a multi-pronged system using only one or two individual components. Seeing a celebrity's recommended moisturizer and expecting it to produce the same result as their entire dermatologist-supervised protocol is like buying a tennis racket and expecting to play like a professional. The racket is part of it, but the training, the coaching, the court time, and the years of investment are the actual story. The most powerful shift that happens when this information lands correctly is the realization that glass skin is not a genetic lottery. It is a system. Some components of that system are expensive and require professional access, but many of them are not. Consistent use of prescription-strength retinoids, serious sun protection, targeted supplementation, and the right combination of at-home devices can genuinely move the needle. The research supports it, the clinical results support it, and the celebrities with the most consistently extraordinary skin are, whether they say so or not, doing some version of all of it. The interview answer will always be water and sleep. But now you know what the real answer looks like. And knowing the actual system is the only thing that makes it possible to build one. Subscribe if you want the truth about skincare, beauty devices, and the treatments behind confident skin.